Morning. We're on the USS Wallace Straw. It is 8:08. Cadet Thomas Decanick here.
Morning, Cadet Gibson here.
We're about to go clean the AMR low C strainer. So the first thing we need to do when cleaning out the C strainer is acquire our tools. So far, we have 2 adjustable wrenches and then a 1 5/8. Other tools that we will need is a chain pawl and a shackle, and we will secure it to the top in order to pull the cover off. Alright guys, so we accidentally rigged up the low C chest because we were told to by the first, but no big deal. First just said, oh, move all the stuff over. So now we're at the high C chest. Just rigged up the chain pawl again. Now the next move is we locked out our motor operated butterfly valve, which cuts off suction from the high C chest. Next what we're going to do is we're going to close this butterfly valve manually from the suction header, and then from there we'll vent it out and make sure that we are truly isolated before we start taking off the bolts from the top. Guys, so the second step, once we've isolated both the header line and the C-chest line, is to vent off the C-strainer. So we have 2 vents, one on the top right here, which will go down right into the aft AMR port well, bilge well, and then also at the bottom right here, as you can see as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take off this vent right here. We're going to spray a little WD-40 in there to loosen it up before we do that. Wear proper PPE. Disconnected the vent and now close the drain at the bottom as well. Open up the lid to water comes out. So now we have fully pulled the C strainer out. Doesn't look too dirty. We will see though, it might get a little bit worse than it actually looks. So we grabbed a big bag. We're going to slide it underneath it. Once we pull it up a little higher, slide a plank of wood underneath it to set it on top of, and then slide the bag up over it so that when we are cleaning it, it all falls into the bag. So board is underneath it, bag is on, and Gibby's ready to get to work. Alright, so we just got kind of done cleaning the inside of it. But the next step basically is to just keep cleaning it, use maybe some air. You got a bag around it, and do as much as we can to. This is the inside as of now. We just got most of the bottom gunk out. This right there, put it into the 3 bags of trash, just to make sure nothing leaks. We can't have that happen, but we're not quite done. Obviously, we got to clean it out, make it look a little shiny, try to get it to like that color right there. All right, so this is it, kind of clean. Still got some sludge built up at the bottom. Kind of start to see through it. We've been using the air nozzle, but make sure to wear proper PPE when you do that. All right, ladies and gents, for the most part, it is cleaned out. Here's Gibby.
Got the A-OK from First and Chief.
Yep, A-OK. Our bromine packets are right there. So what we're gonna end up doing is we got it already chained up, which you guys can see. We're gonna put it back in, and then once it's back in, we're gonna put 4 bromine packets in, and that will make this look more silver, and it'll take off all the rest of the gunk and stuff that is left on it. So, yeah. Okay, so here's our bromine cartridge in. It comes in a plastic little baggie. Pull that out. And we're gonna cut the top of the bag, grab the bottom of it. All right, perfect. Gonna take it out of the bag. And then at the bottom, there's this little tab that we're gonna open up. Just screw that off. Once it's off, it is good to go. Let's double check that it's open. It's open, top's open, and we're gonna plop it right in there. She's gonna fill up, and once she fills up, she will sink down to the bottom of the strainer. Perfect. Okay. So right now, we just put the last brominator cartridge in, and we're getting ready to put the top back on. But before we put the top back on, we have to make sure that the O-ring itself is intact, and then the top of the cover that sits down on the O-ring, we're gonna take a wire brush and wire that down a little bit, and make sure it is smooth. It's going to seal fine when we actually put the top back on. Exactly what I was talking about. So we're going to take a cloth and just wipe down the O-ring a little bit, make sure it's in place and it's intact. And then this part right here on the top of the cover, we're just going to have to take a little wire brush and make sure that's all clean and it'll seal fine. But that is our next step. Okay, so the next thing we want to do now that we just lowered the cover is fully lowered, is we want to tighten these bolts back up, but in a star pattern. Make sure it's very important to do in a star pattern so that the cover is actually seated properly with equal pressure on all sides. So Jimmy and I will tighten each side of the pressure wrench and hand over the pressure wrench and ensure that star pattern is followed. Okay, so as you can see, all these have been tightened up. We have just assembled the vent line that goes down to the bilge, but this is all intact, ready to go. All right, now that everything's back in place, secured tightly, we've disconnected the chain pole, and then the next thing we will do is we'll open up the header line and then also the suction line from, the discharge line from the sea chest, and then we will take off this lockout tagout and put this baby back in action.